Hello and welcome to Java Lectures. This is Inam Ishaq, and today we are creating a basic Hibernate 5 application to understand the mechanism and to write the program, how to write the programs with Hibernate 5. So our ingredients are any database in DBMS software. I am using Mysql with XAMPP. In IDE, I am using IntelliJ IDE, Hibernate and MySQL jar or Maven or Gradle dependency. I am using Maven dependency. Hibernate configuration file. The configuration file included the connection string of the database and in entity class. The entity class, and we have the setters and getters and the variable names same as the column names of our database table. One operation class which will show the Hibernate operations of grid like save or update or delete or get the data, and one main class to all the other classes. Okay, now let's get started. This is my XAMPP, and before start, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe my channel. The channel name is Java Lectures, and I have another video which I have uploaded getting start with the Spring Boot 2, and press the bell icon for new updates which I am uploading. Okay, now starting the IntelliJ IDE. So first of all, we create a basic Java program with a main method just in a package name app or main. So I'm creating new project here. The project will be Java based and no other things required. Next. Okay, now Hibernate application. Simple Hibernate application. Now finish. Okay, here it is. Now in the source file, I will create a package, and in package I will name the package to app, and in app I will create a Java class main. The main Java class as the main method. Okay, now configure and run. First save it. Now configure as an application. It has this main, and okay, now run it. Right, hello world here. Okay, now this class is created, and now I'm going to make the Hibernate configuration file. Okay, now in source src new file Hibernate dot cfg dot xml. Okay, right. Okay, now from where I can get the, okay, 1 minute, just I will copy the Ellipse workspace. Where is the Hibernate configuration file? Here it is. And just I want to copy this thing, the initial of the XML file, so I can put here. Okay, right. Okay, now I will write the configuration, a connection string here. So before all the things I will make it a Maven project so I can add the dependencies. So right click here, add framework support and Maven. Okay, now it's added. Now I have to add two dependencies. The first one will be of Hibernate and the second one will be of, this is the Hibernate dependency I have already copied, and you can copy from the internet as well. I will copy Mysql from internet to show you how you can copy Maven dependency for MySQL connector. Right, here it is. Now we have to copy and we have to paste here, and IntelliJ IDE will read the Maven and will download the dependencies for us. Okay, now it's time to put the connection string. Now this is the connection string. Okay, this is now connection string. So what is the connection string? From in the Hibernate configuration tag inside the session factory, we have some properties and its names and values. The name of the property is connection.driver.class mysql.jdbc.driver.com.mysql.jdbc.driver. We have to load the driver, which driver we want to load. The other thing is connection.url. The URL will be our URL JDBC. MySQL is I'm using the MySQL database. Localhost because my database host on my local machine. This is the port and this is my database name. Okay, I'll show you. Here it is. User is the name of my database and account is name of my table. Okay, now what it wants, that which is your mapping class, it asks. So my mapping class will be my entity class. So my entity class will be in entity dot account. Entity is my package name and account is my class name, and it cannot found because this file is not available here. So I will, okay, where is Hibernate configuration file saved? Where it gone? Hibernate configuration. Okay, here. Okay, I can copy from here into resources as well. Here, right, it will fix all. Okay, right, now it is included in resources as well. Okay, now I have to make a package called entity, and now I will create a class by name account. Right, okay, now I will copy this. These are nothing, just setters and getters and the column names which are included to my table. Okay, now the few annotations are here along with the setters and getters. in my setters getters, here are the variable name, private variable name, here is id, and these are the setters and getters, and it has just some annotations. Entity is annotation for the javax.persistence, which indicates to Hibernate that this is the entity class. Okay, now I will import. Now the table indicates the table name in our database. As I this account is my table name. Okay, now with the getter of the id, what I am including an annotation of id, that this is the id, and the name of the column is id as well, and generated value means that whether your database is auto incrementing or should hibernate. But I am telling to hibernate that do not generate type dot identity. That means my database is already doing increment with the database id key, so do not do yourself. I'm telling to hibernate. Okay, now all done. My entity class is ready. What's it doing? Okay, cannot resolve the name account. Okay, is that no? All right. Okay, after the entity, what I'm going to do is, okay, just run the application to avoid any error. Java reached end of file while parsing. Okay, something right. Okay, it was a bracket issue. Okay, now I can run. Okay, success. Now I have to create a package with name operation, which will include the database operations in terms of Hibernate. Okay, now I will create a class here, database operations. Okay, right here. Okay, now we will discuss step by step. Okay, first of all, what I am doing is I am creating the I'm declaring the session factory, and in this setup method what I am doing is reading data from Hibernate configuration file and setting it into setting it into session factory. So, and in the end the session factory is to new metadata source registry. This is the registry, and build metadata dot build session factory. It will read the connection string from the Hibernate configuration file and will initialize the session factory with these details. Okay, now I can make the methods. I can create the methods. Okay, just remove first the static keyword. Okay, now this is code to load Hibernate session factory. Okay, now I can write the further code. Okay, the second thing is to close the session factory. If you want to close the session factory, if your application is going to shutting down and you want to close the session factory, you want to remove all the details from session factory, you can call the exit method. Okay, now the other method is create. What is create is doing, this is the code to save, and session equals to session factory. This is the session factory which is returned by this setup method dot open session dot begin transaction session dot save. What is it saving? The object, the entity in which I am passing in the arguments. in the parameter, so it will save the object. And session dot get transaction dot commit. Commit means the changing in the database is done. Session dot close, and we will get a sysout system dot out dot print the message of done. Okay. Okay, let me remove this, control S. Okay, the other method, we can make a full CRUD application with this, and the structure of these methods I have written is the structure which is used for all the tables in your application. So it's not the independent of any table or any uh, class or any entity, as it gets the string username, string password, and class name. So it will find the result code to get the criteria, session dot create criteria. The what is the class name? It will create a query, select asterisk from any entity. Entity defines the table, table name, columns, whatever. Like my table name is ABC, select static from ABC. Now the cr.add restrictions. Restriction means where clause, where username equals to the username ABC or XYZ which I am passing here, and the other, and password equals to what password I am passing from here. So it will create a perfect query. Select static from ABC where username equals to ACD and password equals to GBF. It will create, and it will retrieve the results for us in a list. So list can be of any type. You can you can get the list of any class type, and you can pass any class and any data to read the data from the database. You can call any entity object to save the object. So if I am making this class just and creating 1,000 class and 1,000 class tables application, so I have to do not worry about this. Just to I will make it a singleton class, or I will make the variable methods to static, so I can use everywhere. Okay, right, so far so good. Now it's time to check whether it's working or not. Okay, in main I will write here account AC equals to new account, right? AC dot, sorry, set username Ali. AC dot set full name Ali. AC dot set password Ali. AC dot set mobile. AC dot set email ali@ali.com. Okay, before running the application, I can see that there is no record with the name Ali. So make sure. Okay, now what I am passing is creating database operations equals to new database db.setup. Okay, every time when I creating the object, it will create a memory. Uh, it will get a memory for the object, and every time when I'm calling db.setup, it will set up all the time again and again and again and again. So when you are using this class in your application which have multiple tables or anything, so what you will do, if you are using the servlet, you will call this method, setup method, already in the servlet configuration file. or if you are working with the local Java core, so you can set up environment as like that. The class should call first time or only once in the application, at the startup of the application to set up, and the end of the application to exit. Okay, right. Now db dot say create. Okay, now I have to pass the object AC. Okay, setting up. Okay, this is the Hibernate query. Insert into account, email, full name, mobile, values. This is the query created by the Hibernate. And how it is the query created by Hibernate? How can we know? In Hibernate configuration file, we have name, a property name show scale, and we are doing with it true. So if we make it false, so it will not show you the queries in the console. And the last system.out.print which I have written in there, done. So it is done. Now let me check. Here it is, Ali. Okay, so username is Ali and password is Ali. Okay, now what am I doing is I'm okay, right. Okay, right. Oh, just I am full name here, and I am what I am calling db dot what was the name of the method? Read. The method is static, so I have to remove the static to use. Okay, now it's read. Okay, it uses three parameters: username, password, or and a class name. And I can use direct string here. I can make the parameters as to entity to get entity and get username and password by self. So I have both options, or third option which I am using is ac dot get username, ac dot get password, and the third is account dot class. Okay, it's asking about the exception. So what I'm doing is it is throwing the exception, so I have to surround it with try catch and array list. So array list is the implementation of the list interface. So I can choose any type. I am choosing the account type because it is returning the account, and a list equals to, here it is. Okay, typecasting, it needs array list, right? That's right. Now I have to call, just I will check that the data is coming or not. List dot get full name. Okay, 1 minute, what's going on? Array list account type. It has to be the account entity dot account. So list dot get 0. So on the 0 index dot get full name. So on 0 index it will be our first record, but maybe the data is not coming. So before getting the data, we have to check the condition. If list not equals to null, then we can get our data. Okay, now get full name and get mobile. Two things I am getting. Okay, right. Here it is. Earlier is its full name and 0511 is its context. 0511 and Ali. Right. So here it was the basic Hibernate application, Hibernate 5, how to use it, and we can create methods for the updation and deletion, and it will complete our CRUD application as well. So hope you have enjoyed and learned that how to create, how to use with the Hibernate 5 application. And please do comment if any other video you want from me. I will make and upload as soon as possible. And please subscribe to my channel as well. Click the bell icon and do comment for this video whether you enjoyed and learned or not. If you have any questions, do post your on your comments and I will answer you as soon as possible.